Alright YouTubers, what is happening? We got a cool knife for you today. This is the CRKT Provoke. It is a Caswell Knives design. Very, very cool morphine karambit. Also, they make a version of this by Millet Knives, which is like kind of the high-end knives. So I think he initially took his design there, and then CRKT picked it up to offer it at a budget offering. And it's still pretty pricey for a CRKT, but it's cool, man. So my buddy actually just bought this knife, and he's big into self-defense and these types of knives, I guess you'd say. He carries karambits. He's actually trained with them, so he knows what he's talking about. So this one he just picked up recently and thought, hey, you might want to do a video on it, and I am glad because I really was interested in it. Because it's not typically a knife I would carry, but it is a very cool piece of engineering and innovation and design. So I thought, yeah. So it's called a kinematic morphine karambit. These are about $200. So like I said, they're not cheap, especially for a CRKT. But when you consider everything that's going to this knife, you do get a D2 steel upgrade, so it's not your typical cheap 8CR13 that CRKT usually does. Handle length is 4.9 on this. Your thickness 0.59. I don't know how they're getting these measurements from, because this is all over the place. The blade length is 2.4, and I guess your overall length when it's closed maybe is that much. 7 point. Let's try it. Where's my measurement? I don't think my calipers go that wide. Nope, they don't. But yeah, I think that's open all the way because that was over 6 inches right there. So that's the measurement open. Okay, so it's the way it works is you have your lock here. So when you can see how these move here, they've got it's a really smooth motion. That's the cool thing. Then you've got some jimping right here that you use basically to press it and it opens up. That engages the lock, so it's locked. It's not coming undone. It's very secure actually. And over on this side, you've got the pocket clip. It's totally recessed into the handle, and it works pretty cool. It's actually pretty cool. It's pretty effective. Let me kind of demonstrate the pocket clip for you. So I've got my typical, I've got a belt on this time because I was going to do something for a holster, so bear with me on that. But basically what you do is you put this in your pocket, you press that down, and then it just slides. So it actually goes deep carry. It goes all the way in your pocket. So that's one thing that's awesome about it. Most folding karambits stick up quite a bit. You're gonna have like the ring sticking up quite a bit. This one does not, so you can actually carry this pretty discreetly. And then it can wave. Now I haven't got it to work very well because you kind of have to deliberately catch the knob. This is not gonna work out of these shorts because they're not on my body either. But you kind of got to deliberately catch this part here to get it to wave. So my buddy said it waves occasionally. It doesn't work great, but it will wave open as well if you catch that knob. But the cool thing is the pocket clip works really well. I've tried it, and it carries really deep, so it's discreet. So your best option would be to carry it and then just open it, and it's quick enough to deploy that you wouldn't necessarily need the wave. Obviously, a wave would be faster, but that's pretty fast. So that is pretty comfortable. It's really actually a really well-made knife. Probably one of the best products that CRKT has put out in a long time, in my opinion. So a very cool design. I love how this functionality works here. It's really smooth. It's got to be on some sort of bearing system. Let's see if you can see down in there. And there's some grease in there, but there's got to be some sort of bearing system that works. And I'm sure there's more information on CRKT's website, and as well as Joe Coswell does his website, or his probably has some. I think there's a video actually on it that I'll link in the description. The CRKT has on their website. It kind of explains it a little bit more. It's very cool. I mean, I'm glad I got to have the chance to handle one and to try it out and to check it out because it is a very innovative design. So yeah, they call it kinematic invention. Deploys the blade quickly for first responders. Titanium nitride finish, 60-61 aircraft aluminum handles are strong and lightweight. So, and it is pretty light. It weighs 6.1 ounces considering what it is. and all the moving parts. That's not bad, and it's very comfortable in this grip. The one thing that I'm not like, yeah, there is a good video. I'll link that down below. But the one thing I'm not like, you can't. It's not ambidextrous. So you're not going to be able to carry this left-handed because the pocket clip is set up this way, and you. I mean, I guess you could, but then, well, let's try it actually. Now that I'm thinking about it in my mind, it may work left-handed. So if I was left-handed, I'd carry on my left side. So that's this side, and you could clip it because the clip works over on this side, right? Yeah, and then you could carry it out, and then, oh, but see, then you're deploying the blade towards your hand. That's what I was afraid of. So it doesn't really work like that. Even if you can deploy the blade left-handed. It takes a little bit more practice for me because I'm like totally right-handed, but you couldn't really carry it. You'd have to like flip it around. So yeah, it's really not ambidextrous, which is too bad. But I don't know how they would do that with that pocket clip. So the pocket clip it's really designed to be carried on your right side. Which for me, like a lot of guys, I carry a defensive blade. I should have had it with me actually here. The Colonial blades. Oh, what's it called? Can't think of it. But it's a, it's a fixed blade, and I carry it left side, and that way I can, if I had to use my left hand to, fend off a combatant, I don't know what to call him, bad guy, whatever, then I can use my right hand to draw my firearm. That's kind of the idea, is to use your offhand. This kind of makes it so you're using just this, unless you're left-handed, I guess, then it is your offhand, so maybe it does work good for lefties. But so this is kind of making it more right-hand biased, and so you're using this maybe as a self-defense option when you're not carrying a firearm. I don't know. But it's a cool design. I mean, the cool thing is the mechanism and how it works and how the lock works. And it works really well. The lock's easy to disengage. It's easy to engage the knife, but it's also safe and keeps the blade away from you by a good amount. You're not going to accidentally like deploy this and open it. It's not going to actually deploy in your pocket unless you want to try to wave it. But again, it doesn't worry. I mean, you got to think this is the part you have to catch, right? So when you're pulling this out of your pocket and it's in your pocket like this, you've really got to kind of deliberately kind of turn it and then catch it on that. So I don't know that it's even designed to do that. I just know it can happen from what my friend was saying. But anyway, a cool design. It's a big knife. It's going to take up a ton of pocket real estate, being so wide that it is. But it's a morphing karambit. I mean, it's pretty stinking cool. So you got to kind of appreciate it for what it is. It's an innovation. It's a mechanism we've never seen before. It works well. Would I carry it? Probably not. I mean, I would probably just carry a fixed blade karambit in a sheath, or maybe a waved knife that I can wave open, or even just like I do now, just carry a fixed blade in my waistband. But it's a pretty cool design. I'm no karambit flipper either, so I don't know how well you could do your karambit tricks with this kind of thing either. But pretty cool. I wanted to check it out. I'm glad I got the opportunity to. It's definitely a cool design, and it's well executed by CRKT, definitely. Like I said, one of the best knives I've seen them put out in a long time as far as quality is concerned. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap up the video on the CRKT Provoke. Any questions or comments, leave them down below, and we'll see you on the next one.